The actor accused of staging his own attack could face years in prison after turning himself into Chicago police this morning. And a Madison school employee is on paid leave today after being accused of pushing a student and ripping out her hair.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Thursday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a look at our first alert forecast. The sun sure is nice.
Yes, it really is, and temperatures close to 30 never felt so good, and we can finally take a couple of breaths outside because the weather giving us a chance to calm down over the next few days, and actually some pleasant weather on the way forward tomorrow with highs pretty close to normal. But we'll take this for now. And on Doppler track, we are quiet, thankfully, and I think radar will remain that way into today and much of tomorrow as well. Madison, that sunshine really feels nice on the WISC-TV Skycam. Currently at 24 degrees, and that calm wind helps too. Even with that calm wind, it does feel a little bit more like the upper teens, but still not too shabby at all. Temperatures across southern Wisconsin in the mid-20s. Wind chills are in the upper teens. Not too bad for this time of year. And a look at your day planner. Plenty of sunshine still to come in this afternoon. But as we start tomorrow, we will be on the cold side with temperatures dipping into the single digits. And we will talk about when this nice weather stretch, nice in a bit of quotations, comes to an end. Some messy weekend weather could be on the way. We'll talk about that in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
It's all relative at this point, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Dave. Thank you. Actor Jussie Smollett will be in a Chicago courtroom this afternoon after turning himself in on charges of filing a false police report. Chicago police say Smollett paid two men $3,500 to stage an attack on him last month, hoping anger over a perceived hate crime would lead to a raise in his salary and help his acting career. Smollett had claimed the two men who attacked him yelled racist and homophobic slurs during the beating. He's now facing a charge of disorderly conduct by filing a false police report, which could be punishable by 1 to 3 years in prison. Smollett is maintaining his innocence. A longtime political operative and ally of President Trump will be back in court today. Roger Stone is finding himself back in front of a judge today after making a pair of controversial Instagram posts earlier this week. One of those posts showed a picture of the judge in his case with the crosshairs of a gun drawn behind her head, with a caption accusing her of being biased. That post was later deleted, but may cost him his freedom as he waits for his trial. The terms of his bond included an order not to intimidate others, including judges and officers of the court. Stone was the most recent person to be indicted in the Mueller investigation. Meanwhile, Mueller's final report could be turned into the Justice Department as early as tomorrow. CBS News has learned the investigation is winding down, and the report will be filed by mid-March at the latest. It's unknown how much, if any, of the report will be made public once it's done. That decision is up to the new Attorney General, William Barr. A Madison man is being indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of selling or buying child pornography and making false statements. 31-year-old Brian Rogers is accused of persuading a 14-year-old girl from Tennessee to record herself being raped and send the video to him. Rogers' defense team claims he suggested making the recording for evidence purposes. According to court records, Rogers did not report the video to police and instead brought the girl to Wisconsin. He's also charged with lying to an FBI agent, claiming he only talked to the girl online. Back here in Madison, an acting middle school administrator is on leave this morning after a student claimed he pulled out some of her hair. The 11-year-old girl came home last Wednesday from Whitehorse Middle School and told her mom the acting principal, Rob Muller-Owens, tore out 3 of her braids. She says it started when she and her classmates sprayed too much perfume in class. The teacher called Muller-Owens to handle the situation. The girl's mother, Makia Muka Price, says that her pastor saw the surveillance video of Muller-Owens pushing the girl across the hall and falling on top of her. The district will not release that footage until the investigation is over, even though Muller-Owens is on leave and will not return to Whitehorse Middle. Price says the entire process has been a frustrating one.
Just the whole experience is just traumatic and devastating and just confused, and I'm just super disgusted at the whole incident that You know, I send my kid to school to learn, and that's a place where a mother send a kid to be comfortable in. I just feel violated in so many ways, me and my daughter, that this even happened to her.
Muller Owens works for the district as a positive behavior support coach, even traveling to the White House with Superintendent Jennifer Cheatham to strategize on the best restorative discipline practices. Governor Tony Evers is announcing his budget proposal to expand health care for women in Wisconsin. The governor was in Milwaukee this morning to announce that his budget will include nearly $28 million in funding to expand access to preventative care. That includes cancer screenings, health exams, and addressing racial disparities in maternal and child health. The proposal also includes once again making Planned Parenthood eligible for funding, something that was stripped away under Governor Walker. And we want to take a moment to remind you about our Day of Warmth telethon that's happening later today. News 3 Now is partnering with Energy Services, Inc. to help keep the homes of your Madison neighbors in need heated this season. From 4 to 6:30, we'll be taking your calls and donations in a phone bank. You can also donate all day online. Well, there's more to come on News 3 at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Looking for a budget-friendly way to keep your grocery bill in check without looking like you're cutting back? We've got it, and boy, is it tasty. When it comes to planning what to make for dinner, many of us are looking for meals that are easy on our wallet, yet don't make us feel like we're counting pennies. If that sounds like you, then you're gonna go nuts over these unstuffed stuffed pork chops. To get going, we prepare a box of shortcut stuffing mix according to the package directions, except we add in some sliced fresh mushrooms. Now while that sits, we saute our thick cut boneless pork chops that we seasoned in a bit of oil. Once they're browned, we top each with a scoop of our stuffing and place a slice of Munster cheese over that. Layering them like this is a lot easier than trying to stuff them. At this point, we'll add some white wine, cover it, and let it cook just long enough for the cheese to melt. Serve these up with a green veggie, spoon the pan drippings over them, and you have a feast that looks and tastes like it's fit for a king. And only you'll know how budget-friendly it is. To get the recipe for our unstuffed, stuffed cheesy pork chops, all you have to do is visit our website. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an unstuffed way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Plenty of sunshine outside today, but you guessed it, another winter storm could make it hard to get around this weekend. Dave's in next with your first alert forecast. Well, Johnson & Johnson is facing legal action over allegations of asbestos in its baby powder. Diane King Hall has that and the latest business news from the New York Stock Exchange.
Johnson & Johnson is subpoenaed. The consumer health products company says it received summons from the Justice Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company is being probed over asbestos allegations surrounding its long-standing baby powder line. Millions of Americans have been in credit card debt for at least 2 years. According to creditcards.com, 39 million Americans have been in the hole for a minimum of 2 years, and another 8 million can't even remember how long they've been in debt. Experts say the best way to dig out is to make a brutally honest budget. Now, if you didn't know, Tide is in the dry cleaning business, and now it's expanding. The brand announced it is pulling all of its services together under one name, Tide Cleaners. Under the new umbrella, the company plans to practically double the amount of locations around the country where people can drop off and pick up their laundry. Right now, it has 700 drop-off lockers and 125 stores. And Uber Eats has a big deal for Oscar viewing parties this weekend. From now through February 25th, the food delivery service has a buy one, get one free offer at restaurants across the country. When customers open the app, a banner will run across their screen with restaurants that are participating in the deal. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this Thursday. A little sunshine, I think, helps everybody's disposition.
I was thinking it may not be super warm, but man, it is a nice attitude adjustment compared to what we've been dealing with. And like you were saying, enjoy it now, for it too will pass. Today, they're also looking up a little bit out in Washington, D.C. area. It's the 95th annual USDA Ag Outlook Forum. And the big headliner, if you will, was USDA's chief economist, Robert Johansson, who shared with the audience what they are expecting for 2019. Now, the long and the short of it is that farmers are looking at planting more corn in 2019, fewer soybeans. That's according to their estimates. How much more, how much less? Well, right now they're telling me corn acres are going to go down about 4.7%, corn acres up about 3.3%. Prices are expected to remain flat. I bring that up because our input costs for corn and beans just keep going up. They're also looking for record meat and milk production. Milk production for 2019 is expected to go up 1.1%. He said that's a sector that is going to continue to struggle. Here at home, we're getting our December milk production figures because of the government shutdown. In the month of December, our Wisconsin milk production went up 1%, despite the fact that we've got fewer milk cows than we did a year ago. As of December, we had 5,000 fewer milk cows out there than we did December of 2017, but every one of the cows that remains producing about 35 pounds of milk more than she did the year earlier. That just tells us how well our dairy farmers are taking care of those animals and the genetics, too. Barrel cheese today dropped a penny and a quarter to 140.5. The 40-pound block cheese again unchanged at 159.5. Double A butter down 3/4 cent on Thursday to 2.25 a pound. So, like I said, with those kinds of numbers and those kinds of trends, Mark, thank goodness we've got sunshine out there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a whole lot to keep people motivated at all.
Yes, we'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, clean, because I'm guessing our forecast is going to change quickly.
Dig out while you can. All right, Pam, we'll see you later. And
Sounds
Dave
good.
Caulfield is here now with that forecast, and the snow, well, it just keeps coming.
Yeah, well, it's done for now. We can take solace in that at least. But we've really received kind of about 40 inches of snow in the last 4 to 5 weeks in Madison, and you can see that on our seasonal snowfall graphic here, where we were actually well below normal for a time, and then we got to February, and look at this line just go basically straight up, now up to 50 inches even of snow. So I don't know if Madison was competing in the slam dunk contest, but perfect 50 is what we are at. And so we're about a foot ahead of schedule for this time of year as far as our snowfall goes, and we are very close. Basically, the next snow that we get is going to put us over normal for the entire season. All we need is less than an inch of snow, and a lot of that snow still on the ground, even with that sunshine, making it feel nice today. About 9 to 12 inches of snow in portions of Dane County, and closer to the Dells, we have quite a bit more than that. And as we get into this weekend, the snow on the ground could actually present a few flooding problems because some rain and possibly some downpours on the way. So on Doppler track right now, not seeing any rain, snow, sleet, or freezing rain. It's pretty quiet out there. As we zoom out, we can see high pressure dominating much of the Midwest. A few snow flurries here and there, but really nothing big to talk about. We have to wait until a storm out of the Pacific Northwest gets here, hooks around into southern Wisconsin by the time we get to this weekend. All on that in due time. In Madison, the Edgewater Skycam, good amount of sunshine showing up, 24 degrees right now in Mad City, 23 in Mineral Point, with a wind not too bad out of the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It feels like the teens, but we do have alert days in the forecast for weather that will feel a lot worse than it does right now, because we have a chance of rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain, and also some very windy conditions on Sunday. Let's explore at least the start of it on future tracks. So by the time we get to tonight, we're actually starting off a little bit on the chilly side, to say the least, in the single digits in Madison. So a cold start to our Friday, but a pleasant day overall on Friday with highs in the mid-30s and a good amount of additional sunshine. However, the pink we don't want to see on the map. That is for sure. That's some mixed precipitation possible early on Saturday, and then that mix will change to rain on Saturday afternoon. So stay with me here. Mix to rain, rain back to mix later on Saturday into Sunday, and then that mix changes to snow, and then everything clears out. We have some high winds possible on Sunday. There could also be some minor flooding on Saturday just because of all the snow on the ground and about a ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain falling. So a messy weekend shaping up for sure as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Monday into Tuesday, some more light snow is possible and could accumulate a little bit as well.
So you have errands to run, grocery store, maybe
Yes.
Saturday afternoon might be your best bet.
Yes, and then after that, things get a little bit messy.
So stock up.
Yes.
All right, Dave, thank you. Up next on News 3 Now at noon, we have a four-legged friend in the studio that could potentially be yours. We'll introduce you to Mario when we come back. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pet of the week. It's little Mario. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You tell me about this little guy.
So Mario
thank
here
you.
is a young adult, which means that this is pretty much full grown for him. Even though he looks like a puppy.
Yeah, he does look like a puppy.
I think he's going to be one of those guys that has that perennial puppy face.
Look at those ears. So he was a stray.
Yep, so Mario is found stray actually in DeForest, which is why we don't have an exact age on this guy. But what we do know is he is still a high energy guy looking to have a home to run around and play, especially with a lot of toys. He's a big fan.
A terrier mix? Or?
Yep, some sort of terrier mix. I love it because he's got kind of these fuzzy little paws and a little bit of fuzz on his face.
and a waggy tail.
And a very waggy tail.
But there's a little caveats with him, though.
Yep, so we are looking for a particular home for Mario because he gets a little bit nervous around really young kids and other dogs. So if you do have other dogs in the home, we're just suggesting a very slow introduction.
And no toddlers.
No toddlers. If you do have kids, maybe a little bit older, and we want to make sure that they're definitely coming in to meet this guy at the shelter.
But he maybe just needs a little dog training, maybe?
Yep, he just needs a little bit of training, and he's so smart. I think he's going to learn so fast. He's got a lot of energy. He wants to go run around and play.
But you say once he gets that out of him, he just likes to snuggle and cuddle.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one that just learns so fast, and if he gets an outlet for his energy, he's going to be a snuggler too.
All right, time to go to Metcalf's, right?
Mm-hmm. So you've got
there. Look, just
about another week. Because all of February, Metcalf's has been running their Feed the Need campaign, which means that if you give them a little code to scan, you can find on our website, you're going to get 5% off your groceries. They're going to match that as a donation that comes to the Humane Society.
So you giveshelter.org, there's a code on there.
Yep, you can get that code there or print it out, and you get a discount, and you're benefiting animals in need.
That is a great deal. Great deal for the Humane Society. Right. Last time, Walker.
Oh, the big, handsome Walker, and believe it or not, he is still available.
Really?
Yeah, so come and meet Walker and come and ask for Mr. Mario here. You may not see him in the kennels because he's hanging out in a little different area of the shelter. It's a little more quiet.
So you got to ask for him.
Yep, ask for him.
All right, Mario. Good luck. Hope you find a home, buddy. Marissa, thank you.
Thanks.
Go to giveshelter.org for that code for Metcalf's and for information on Mario and all the critters available. 838-0413, the number to call for more information. Again, Marissa, thank you. Here's Dave with one final check of the forecast.
Well, this weekend is definitely shaping up to be a messy one, but let's enjoy this nice weather while we have it. Plenty of sunshine around this afternoon across southern Wisconsin with temperatures in the upper 20s, close to 30. Eventually, right now they're in the mid-20s, but a few degrees, not too bad. As we head closer to this afternoon, a little bit colder than we have been, but still it feels better overall because of that sunshine. Highs will be close to 30. Your day planner showing the temperatures dipping quickly, though, through the 20s and teens, starting off in the single digits for Friday. We do have alert days in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday for a mixed bag of precipitation, rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain, high winds, maybe even some minor flooding, all possible this weekend. As we head into the 10-day forecast, we could see that the temperature is getting a little bit chillier by the time we get to early March. There is a chance of some more accumulating snow Monday night into Tuesday. Then we're calming down and temperatures are heading down into the teens for highs. And then at night, temperatures will be a little bit closer to zero by the first weekend of March.
All right, that's our time for now. Dave, I guess. Thank you. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.